Welcome back, everyone, to Lunchtime Politics. And now here are some of your stories in brief. We begin with the president. He has asked Nigerians to ignore the recent call by the Northern Elders Forum to Fulani herders, asking them to leave the southern part of the country. In a statement from the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Mr. Garba Shehu, the president says all citizens of Nigeria are free to move and live within any part of the country they please, whether or not they are originally from there. Elsewhere, the president says he will leave no stone unturned in his bid to create jobs for Nigerians. President Buhari says unnecessary importations into the country would be stopped in order to bring back jobs. The president explained that his administration is focused on creating an enabling environment for Nigerian businesses to flourish by implementing various policies and programs to support job creation. Elsewhere, the House of Representatives has raised the alarm over what it describes as growing cultism in primary and secondary schools across the country. Lawmakers are urging the federal government, state and university authorities to set up an anti-cultism vanguard group to tackle the menace. This follows a motion raised by Honorable Henry Nwawuba at plenary. The House is also urging all security agencies to work closely with local communities and vigilante groups as well. Now, for several years, different administrations have said they will regularize the budget cycle of January to December, but that has not happened. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, is confident that the appropriation bills will not suffer setback as a result of any form of delay. Senator Lawan made the comment after he and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbadagbiamila, had a closed-door meeting with President Buhari at the Villa. The Senate President says the executive and legislature are on the same page on the matter, and returning the national budget fiscal cycle to January to December will be possible if the proposal gets to the National Assembly by September.
Well, I think there's nothing to worry us deeply. The budget itself is normally prepared by civil servants. The permanent secretaries, superintendent, and the directors do the work most of the time. I believe that we are still on course, and I believe that both the executive and the legislature are on the same page on this. We all desire and are prepared and determined to ensure that we pass the budget by the first or second week of December, by the grace of God, provided it is presented to us in September, end of September. We are going to collaborate and cooperate with the executive arm of government, work together to ensure that we find better approaches, improved paradigm to ensure that the current situation is addressed properly.
Let's talk about this now to see how plausible what the Senate President said. I have joining me the lead partner at BudgIT, and that's Mr. Gabriel Okeowo. He joins us via Skype. We'd like to thank you, appreciate your time on the program, and ask how realistic do you think his comments are, the comments of the Senate President? All right, it appears we're having some audio issue. Hopefully we'll try and touch base with our guest there. But let's also tell you, we have Terry Kumi. He's covering the National Assembly. And let's find out what lawmakers are up to today. Terry.
So the Senate is sitting as we speak. Sitting commenced at about 10:20 a.m. Senator Ahmed Lawan, the President of the Senate, is keeping to his words when he said the Senate will try as much as it can in this 9th Assembly to sit earlier, at least no later than 10:30 a.m. The first item on the order paper was for the Senate to receive the report of its ad hoc committee on its 9th legislative agenda. That report was just delayed, and hopefully by Tuesday, when it will be considered, we will have the details of the plans of this 9th Senate. Now, let's go through some of the motions on the order paper. One of them is tagged exiting petrol subsidy. The Senate, sponsored by Senator Rose Oko and about 25 other senators. One of the resolutions on that is to mandate an ad hoc committee which the Senate will set up to invite the Minister of State for Petroleum and the Group Managing Director of the NNPC to brief the committee on the status of existing refineries, including private and modular refineries. The committee will have 8 weeks to come up with a report on that. Remember, recall that the Senate might be going on its long recess. The National Assembly in general might be going on its long recess before, hopefully today or before the end of next week. There is no communication from the presidency in any regard. Let me take you to what will happen in the House of Representatives today. So far in the past 2 days, up to 50 motions, up to 50 bills, I beg your pardon, have been presented for first reading in the House of Representatives. So we're expecting to see a couple of bills for second reading and debate in the House of Representatives.
Many thanks, Terry. I believe we have our guest, and that's via Skype, the lead partner at BudgIT, Mr. Gabriel Okewo. I hope you can hear me now. We appreciate your time. You were saying your response to what the President of the Senate said on Nigeria's budget cycle, January to December.
So thank you very much. It's a good one for us to see and hear the Senate President committing to regularizing the budget time frame. This is what we have actually been advocating for, because we believe this is the starting point to a transparent and open budget system. However, the way it appears right now, it still looks as if we are having a situation in our hand where we still have excuses coming up later on. Yes, the Senate President himself made reference to the fact that budgets are naturally or most likely prepared by civil servants and not the ministers. But we have also had instances where the National Assembly will insist on having a minister appear before them to defend the budget of different parastatals. And as it is right now, if we have a situation where it's the civil servant that prepares the budget without the input or the working together of the ministers, we may also now come into a situation where a minister will come and tell us that what was prepared was not is not what is workable for him at the long run.
But Gabriel, take a minute, what you think about all of this, and seeing that we've had budget padding in the past, many people are optimistic of this new relationship between the executive and the legislature, but they're also hoping that they'll be able to make laws and this budget processes and cycle in the best interest of Nigerians and not for the National Assembly to be a rubber stamp to the executive. Oh dear, it would have been lovely to hear what he had to say, but thank you. We appreciate your time. And finally on the program, the House of Representatives ad hoc committee is probing the crisis rocking the BAUCHI State House of Assembly. They've completed their assignments and say their reports will be ready latest on Tuesday. The committee chairman, Honorable Musa, added to journalists while on assessment visit at the State House of Assembly that over 28 interest groups have made written submissions, while some of them appeared before the committee to give oral testimonies.
Of BAUCHI State for giving us the support and cooperation we needed by coming in large numbers to submit their memorandum and make oral testimonies and answer questions from panel members as well. That will go a long way to help us as basis of the input that will make up our report. We are concluding, and from here, by the grace of God, we are heading to Abuja, where our report will be ready and submitted to the National Assembly as required of us.
And that's it on Lunchtime Politics. We'd like to thank you for watching and thank all the guests that we had on the show. Join the conversation via social media platforms at Channels TV, at TTV Politics, #Lunchtime Politics. I'm Millicent Wonka. Bye for now.